I know I'm the president of the Porsha fan club. However, I am extremely disappointed that you would downplay another journalist's job. I don't like that, sis. I don't like that. So we're going to go ahead and get into some things. I also want to talk about the Pittman and Sidora household. Y'all, Drew Sidora's household is in shambles. And I just kind of feel like everybody that's watching this video today, right now, owes this world an apology. Y'all owe this world an apology. Y'all owe Anthony, the assistant, an apology. If these allegations are true, y'all owe me an apology. So listen, today's video is brought to you by Dossier. So, the top secret location, I'm in Mexico. I'm sorry for the noise. I know I'm outside. It's a little bit ghetto. It's all over the place. But we're going to go ahead and make it work. Listen, today's video brought to you by Dossier. I'm in Mexico. I'm looking good. I'm looking cute. But y'all, I smell even better, right? And that's because of Dossier. What I love about these fragrances is that the bottles are everything, right? The bottles are everything. It's giving expensive. It's giving luxury. It's giving, we have a budget, but the budget is really $5.50. All right, so I've been wearing the musky green tea all day. The top notes are green tea. You have some mandarin in there. The base notes are musk and sandalwood. And I love this because it's fresh, but it's giving manly. My second fragrance that I decided to pick out was the Ambre Sage. And I love this one. I wore this one last night. And I like it because, you know, it has that bitter almond. These are the top notes, the bitter almond, sage, and lavender. It smells like lavender. You get that sweet flower smell, but you also get that spicy kick at the very end. Okay? Sugar and spice. So, listen, go ahead and cop the Dossier fragrances down below. I'm going to list every single fragrance. It's about like 15 of them that I'll be wearing. And so that will be linked down below if you want to go ahead and smell like me. All right, so shout out to Dossier. I want to go ahead and start off with Ralph Pittman and Drew Sidora. Listen, the legal docs are coming out. TMZ and Radar Online and everybody else in between is reporting on the fact that in these divorce filings, Drew Sidora is basically claiming that Ralph Pittman is a serial cheater. Now, when the assistant, Anthony the assistant, which if you want to see Anthony the assistant back on the channel, let me know in the comments down below. You guys were not that receptive towards him because you thought that he was being messy and he wanted clout and he was looking for his 15 minutes and he wanted to become an actor and he wanted to work for Tyler Perry and BET Plus and everybody else on. Anthony was on my channel and he was like, yeah, you know, Ralph is a serial cheater. Literally the same thing that Drew Sidora is saying. He leaves out, he takes these trips, don't nobody know when he coming and when he going. You know, the things that he does, I wouldn't approve of, my mother wouldn't approve of, I wouldn't approve of, and he said not even his best friend would approve of. And so he basically said the same thing that Drew Sidora is now saying in the divorce filings, and that's why I feel like everybody owes this world an apology. Y'all owe that man an apology. Because I was saying he's messy, he's lying, he's this, and he's that and the third. But listen, you know, he may have not told the 100% truth about everything that he got going on regarding the charades and the martels and the assisting and going back and forth and being messy. However, I do believe when he said that Ralph Pittman just be going out. And then I even asked him, y'all. I was like, I mean, are you just slandering this man's name or do you really know him to be a cheater? And he was definitive about Ralph Pittman being a cheater. So there you have it, folks. Ralph Pittman is a cheater, pumpkin eater. Now we know what he was doing in Tampa. And listen, to give Ralph the benefit of the doubt, Anthony could just be talking, okay? Just giving the other side, since y'all want me to be unbiased. Anthony could just be, he could have been just talking. Drew Sidora could just be talking. You know, to make herself seem like a victim. But when you mix in the fact that this man went to Tampa, nobody knows where he was, nobody knows who he was with, he had some inappropriate interactions with one of the other assistants, one of the female assistants that was helping him write that book. Y'all remember that? Okay. Y'all remember when one of the girls, one of the assistants, y'all know they have like 10 assistants. One of them offered to give Ralph a massage. Okay, do y'all remember that? Yeah, he had some little inappropriate, interactions with some of the girls, some of the help that was in the house. So you mix all of those things in, and it only equals to one thing. Okay? The tunnel only goes one way. And that one way is that man is a cheater, pumpkin eater. Drew Sidora, get whatever you can out of the situation. But then again, you're probably not going to get nothing out of the situation because your money is legal. He allegedly flips it. According to Anthony, the assistant, he allegedly flips Drew's money and multiplies it by 10. But we don't know if that's whatever he's doing to flip it. We don't know if it's legal, illegal, or not. Okay? So that's that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation. It's a very unfortunate thing. I hate it when a couple breaks up. But he was toxic and he was consistently gaslighting her. And, yeah, he's a F-boy. You know what I mean? So he's for the streets. So let's go ahead and talk about Porsha. Y'all, this drink is kicking in. It's kicking in. Can you tell that I'm a little tense? Y'all know I am the president of the Porsha fan club. However, Porsha, you have been sentenced to 10 years for downplaying another journalist job. Now, do you guys remember when Porsha Williams sat up there at the reunion when she had her gig at Dish Nation and she was doing celebrity news and gossip? So when Porsha was in her journalism bag, she went ahead and, let Andy and the girls know that they were downplaying her job as a journalist. When Porsha Williams sat up there at the reunion talking about I'm a journalist and don't downplay my job and this, that, and the third, I wasn't too upset at the situation, right? Because you can be a citizen journalist, you can be a trained journalist, you can work for the New York Times, or you can have a YouTube blog and still consider yourself a journalist, right? And so there are different levels of it. Okay, I'm gonna break this all the way down for y'all. You can be a blogger or an anchor on CNN or somebody on Dish Nation. So, Porsha, I gave you the benefit of that doubt. But now you're going to try to, after you told Andy Cohen not to downplay your journalist job, you're going to now downplay another journalist by basically calling her messy and calling her this, that, and the third. Okay. So, now that I got my spill out the way, the story is that y'all know that Angela Yee went on to Tamron Hall, right? And basically said that she felt like an outlier because she was the only woman in the room and this, that, and the third, and how it was so difficult. Whatever. A lot of the folks did not like that. And so Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy went onto their platform, of course, The Breakfast Club, because y'all know Angela Yee used to be on The Breakfast Club and now she has her own show. Well, Charlamagne and them clapped back, really DJ Envy, and basically said that Angela Yee was lying. Okay? Now, Angela Yee, like 2 days later, basically came back and went on to her show and said that, I was basically the only woman in the room, in the studio at most times. She had to clarify that she was not the only woman working on the show. There were women producers and assistants and stuff like that. But most of the times within the confines of the studio, she was the only woman. Okay, so that's what she meant. And so they were calling her a liar, and the internet was ablaze, and they were basically saying how she was complicit with Charlamagne, and she's a liar, and she's this, and she's that, and she needs to promote, and that she needs to promote her new show because ain't nobody watching or listening, right? Well, I was kind of floored because I'm like, okay, first off, why is it that Angela Yee always gets the brunt of everybody's aggression? Why is it that whenever Angela Yee says something, the internet goes crazy? Why is it that when somebody catches Angela Yee in a quote-unquote lie, which I don't feel like she lied, everyone is so mad and everyone is attacking her and everyone is saying how she's the real villain of the show and yada yada this and yada yada that. And we get this same old narrative that Angela Yee, they say that Angela Yee was complicit when Charlamagne and Envy were going in on everybody who came onto the show. Angela Yee just sat there and let the guys do what they wanted to do, as if she's Jesus Christ and she's supposed to save everybody. Okay? Y'all, this is grade A misogyny. Why is it that Angela Yee is always being called out, but Charlamagne gets a pass to do what the hell he want to do? I mean, I'm just saying. Why is it that we hold Angela Yee more accountable for being complicit with Charlamagne the God's mess, more so than Charlamagne being held accountable for just being messy? Okay? And so, with that being said, I ain't like that. So, Porsha, y'all know, was guest starring on the platform. I think this whole past week she was guest starring, doing a guest spot on The Breakfast Club and whatnot. And you know, she basically let it be known that, well, first off, she was being shady. I think it was Women's International Day just 2 days ago. And she was like, oh my God, there's so many women working here on The Breakfast Club. And that was shady, Porsha. That was really shady. Like, why are you going? Like, maybe Porsha is trying to move to New York. I don't know why. She just bought that mansion in Sandy Springs. But I don't know if she's vying for a job. I don't know if she's kissing the ass of that, you know, iHeartRadio or whatever network they're on. I don't know if she's trying to get into good graces with Envy and Charlamagne the God and the rest of them. But sis was throwing shade at Angela Yee. Sis was throwing shade at Angela Yee, and I ain't like it. I ain't like it not one bit. And it's like, Porsha, slow your roll. Okay? Now, Porsha was on the show, and she basically said that the reason why Angela Yee found herself in this very, very messy situation is because she decided to sit down with Tamron Hall. Because Angela Yee went on to Tamron Hall to say that she felt like the only woman and whatever. So Porsha was like, well, she found herself in this situation because she decided to go sit down with Tamron Hall. Tamron Hall is messy. This is Porsha's words. Tamron Hall is messy. Y'all, I'm burping. So Charlamagne goes, yeah, and he's co-signing it. Like, yeah, Tamron Hall is messy. Then Porsha goes on to say, when I went on to Tamron Hall, I felt attacked. So what I found to be interesting, going back to Andy and them, you didn't want Andy to downplay your job, but now you're downplaying Tamron Hall's job. Okay. And Porsha, I love you, sis, but have you ever thought about the fact that you were on a whole show for 10 years called The Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is nothing but mess, and more hot-ass mess? Did you forget the fact that you wrote a memoir, which was filled with nothing but mess? Did you forget, mind you, at the time she did the Tamron Hall interview, I believe she was engulfed in the whole Simon Guobadia and Fallon scandal. So with all of that going on, you coming from a messy-ass reality TV series, you had the spinoff with Simon, which was messy. You was bucking up on elders, allegedly. The fans were accusing you of stealing somebody's man. You had this memoir filled with all of these salacious, scandalous moments of your life. You get on to do an interview with Tamron Hall to promote your memoir, and you feel judged and attacked by Tamron Hall? You feel like Tamron Hall is being messy? How do you expect to display... Your career is built off of mess, sis. I love Porsha, but can we be honest? Your career has been built off of mess. Your career is built off of the fact that you've let Bravo exploit the mess in your life. So when you do an interview with Tamron Hall, what else do you expect but her to dig into the mess? The same thing with Larsa Pippen. Larsa Pippen went on to Tamron Hall as well, and Tamron Hall got backlash because Larsa Pippen from Real Housewives of Miami, former wife of Scottie Pippen, now girlfriend of Marcus Jordan, who was Michael Jordan's son. Mind you, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen have a history because I think they were in the league at the same damn time. I don't know a lot about sports, but I know that much. Okay? Larsa Pippen was basically saying that when she went on to Tamron Hall that it was a very negative experience. And to me, it's like, okay, Larsa, you display nothing but negativity on the Real Housewives of Miami. Your entire stint on RHOA via Peacock is nothing but negativity. You are the resident negative Nancy on that damn show. So now when you make it onto Tamron Hall, you're being so negative. This interview is so negative. Honey, you're a negative character. The interview is going to be negative because that's what you display is negativity. There's nothing positive about what you display to the world. So anyways, I say all of that to say that, y'all, the folks are coming. Y'all want to see the people? Hi, how are you? Good. I say all of that to say that I don't like the backlash that Tamron Hall has received for basically doing her job. If she's going to have these messy folks come to her platform, how do you not expect... If she's going to have these messy, negative folks come to her platform, how do you not expect for the interview to be messy and negative? Y'all are messy and negative people. So anyways, that's that. I don't like the narrative that's being spewed out here when it comes to Tamron and Angela Yee. I'm not a fan. Charlamagne the God, you have some nerve co-signing the fact that Tamron Hall is messy, seeming as though you're the same person that made Birdman have a whole outburst talking about put some respect on my name. You're the same person that Monique went off on when you were disrespecting her. You're the same person that made Lil Mama cry. You're the same person that Nicki Minaj cussed out. You're the messiest person on syndicated radio, calling another talk show host messy. I guess it takes one messy talk show host to know another. All right? And I'm messy too. So if somebody was to call me messy, listen, you're right. You're absolutely correct. So y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about the entire situation in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.